Welcome to discussions on Idaho DOGE. Idaho has a committee comprised of legislators who are willing and ready to hear our suggestions for how we can improve government efficiency in our great state. Let me go ahead and start the discussion by saying that there are 20 divisions under the executive branch that have been approved for existence by our state constitution. One of the challenges that I see is that each of these 20 divisions contains numerous subdivisions. Overlaps jump to the front of my suggestions for elimination. My first candidate would be the Governor's Office of Species Conservation. The mission is as follows. The Idaho Governor's Office of Species Conservation, or OSC, is dedicated to planning, coordinating, and implementing the state's actions to preserve, protect, and restore species listed as candidate, threatened, and endangered under the Federal Endangered Species Act. This work is done in coordination with the state's natural resource agencies and input from the citizens of Idaho, while taking into consideration the economic vitality of the state. The OSC provides constituent services for state, federal, and private stakeholders seeking assistance with ESA issues. Why can't we just eliminate the Idaho portion and not spend that money? Maybe the ESA requires state cooperation. I would argue to eliminate it. Constituent services is a circular example of this department's existence. I fail to see how constituent services would be needed that couldn't be handled by the Department of Agriculture or Commerce. What I see in particular in the constituent services corner are the forms for wolf and grizzly bear depredation. We started this cycle by using tax dollars to bring the wolves and the grizzlies back into the areas where they didn't previously exist. You know, if we just hadn't done that, then we wouldn't have a need to use taxpayer funds to pay back ranchers whose animals are killed by these predators that don't belong here anyway. And another curiosity to me is that multiple varieties of freshwater snails are on the endangered list. Each one of these snails lives in the Snake River. Not having tasted any of them, I can't really tell the difference between them. My guess is that neither can citizens. As our state continues to spend more and more money and become less and less efficient, do we really need to be wasting our time on snails? Perhaps this is something that the feds can just go ahead and handle, and maybe it doesn't take any more of our tax dollars. Alright folks, hit the like button, subscribe for more DOGE discussion updates, and let's see your comments below on what should be on the chopping block for Idaho's budget.